Hello, my name is Julianne Dillon. I am the Outreach Coordinator for Kennedy-Donovan Center, Cape Cod Community Services. We offer support services to adults with developmental disabilities, those on the autism spectrum, and their families. We offer family support services and adult family care as well, providing community integration, recreational services, support groups Cape-wide, and free trainings. Today we are having our second training, American Sign Language Basic, with Michelle Piers from HAC. Michelle, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Hi. As we said, my name is Michelle. The last time we talked, we discussed about how ASL was developed for people who were deaf or hearing impaired. Well, over time we realized there was also a positive communication tool to introduce to people with developmental disabilities who have not mastered the use of spoken communication, spoken language. To increase communication skills and social interactions, we use a total communication approach. To do this, we use facial expressions, body language, our actions, gestures, sometimes pictures, and of course sign language. We certainly want to strive to seek higher expectations while taking into consideration a person's ability levels. For example, one person may be able to sign complex phrases while another person might use 1 or 2 word phrases. As in turn, we have to take into consideration someone's ability to perform a sign accurately. When we're looking at someone signing, we want to learn the appropriate signs, but they may not be able to accomplish exactly the way we want to have them perform it. We also want to use ASL for individuals who have verbal language, but their language might be unclear. And that can be due to many different language disabilities. The use of sign language can increase the clarity of someone's expressive language just by simply pairing up the sign. It can also increase the comprehension of someone's language abilities with the receptive language. Sign language provides a nonverbal communicator with the methods to make requests, to receive information, to express their needs, their feelings, their wants, and their interests. Some individuals with developmental disabilities require the use of total communication approach, which means we're going to use many means possible to make someone a more effective communicator. They may need to hear, see, and feel what we're signing to them. And that will help increase each individual's comprehension, such as pairing the spoken word with their coordinating sign or the object or the activity that we want to have them perform or to introduce to them. An individual who is hearing and visually impaired, you're going to have to sign into their hands so they can feel what you're trying to convey to them. Signing with a person who has severe sensory loss helps them make connections with others. It will also, such as going around and making choices, making requests, but also importantly, to make a social connection with someone. The use of sign language can be used to help reduce anxiety. For example, a person with developmental disabilities may also be impacted by receptive and language delay and becomes overwhelmed in certain stressful situations. For an example, some of you were here last time and I mentioned that I am raising my grandson who has receptive and expressive language disabilities. He is also on the autistic spectrum. So when he was younger, he used to get very stressed and overwhelmed, and he used to get physically agitated. So I noticed the more I spoke to him, the higher his anxiety became. So we learned to incorporate counting in sign, and during that, I would slowly breathe. And as we did it, he was matching my breathing to the signing, and his breathing matched the signing. So at first we had to go kind of fast, but But as I slowed down the counting, he slowed down his breathing. Therefore, he was able to self-regulate and control himself. Over time, all I have to do now when he's agitated is start counting and sign, and he knows. He's like, okay, and he starts breathing, and he starts doing it on his own. So it's become an effective tool for him. What I'd like to stress is that sign does not have to be an important, that sign does have an important place, not only in the lives of individuals with hearing impairment, but also with individuals with communication and developmental challenges. It is a visual language, and that could help improve the lives of many people and bridge the gap and build a better personal connections with people. The fluency in sign will depend on each individual and their need level, the accessibility, and how much they're exposed to it. The more we model for individuals, the greater the receptive, the more they receive, the positive the outcome is going to be. The more favorable the response is, and the individual picking up on the signs. For individuals who may have more challenges, we are introducing a new sign to their communication partner, as their communication partner. We need to be observant. How are they receiving it? How are they performing it? We may need to do some hand-over-hand signing with them. For example, if I would like to introduce the word drink, I will sign the word drink. But if they're not able to do it, you might have to take their hand and do it with them. And then give them the actual drink. That way they're making that connection. This means what I would like is I would like something to drink. And as you're doing it, for every sip that they would like to take, you're going to repeat the sign and have them repeat the sign and then give them the drink again. And that's helping fortify that connection that you're trying to build, the word. Okay, so last time we went over the alphabet and a few signs. So now we're going to go over them again and see how everyone's done and they're practicing. And then we'll move on from there. Okay, so let's get started. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Great. So some of the words we did was hello, my name, and then we finger spell out our name at first. A person who is hearing impaired generally will give you your name sign. If not, you may want to do one. A man sign is always at the top of their head. A female is always from, like, say, the nose down. And that is because back when the signs were introduced, a man always wore a cap. Generally, they had a hat or a cap. And a woman always had, like, a bonnet. So that's why a female sign is always down around the chin and a male sign is always up. What? Yours. Again, name. This is how, but how are you? So bring your hands together and inwards, and then you. In towards your body, and then you. You might respond, I'm fine, I'm good. Maybe you're not so good, you're bad. Well, I'm having a bad day. See you later. It's like looking, and then you. See you later. Simply, bye. Open hand in a circle is please. Similar to good is thank you. Closed fist is sorry. And we may use this one a lot. I don't know. Now, to say good morning to someone is good, and you do this slowly, morning. This is your horizon for the sun, and the sun coming up. So morning. Finished. I'm all done. Then we have yes and no. If you want someone to have a chair, take a seat. Is this tapping your two fingers together? Stand. Eat. Drink. Walk. It's like the feet shuffling. Work is tapping your two wrists together. And stop. Okay, good. We're going to take a little break and we're going to practice together. Okay, so how'd you guys do practicing over the past month? Did you do okay? Some of you did, yeah? Some of you are new. So, your name? Tony. Tony? Tony. And you are?
Jade.
Jade. Okay. So let's just practice a few of them. Hi. Okay. My name. And then you need to practice, spell out your name. So you're Tony?
Anthony.
Anthony?
Oh, Tony.
Tony? Tony's. So it'd be T-O-N-Y. T-O-N-Y. Oops, sorry, Y. Okay. And you're Jade?
Yeah.
J-A-D-E.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're asking for something. What? What do you want? All right, so if you all want to take a look at your papers, maybe pair up with each other, and then we can see how you're doing with them, and can see how your techniques are. For your newcomers, if you're right-handed, you always sign, the majority of your signs are you're in your dominant hand, your right. If you're left-handed, you do it in your left.
Okay.
Okay? In American Sign Language, we don't sign out each word. It's more of a concept, so you're not going to see is, the, those words are just really not there.
So it's just basic.
Yep. Your K is, because your K is up, and
Okay,
your
it's
P,
up like that.
it's just like this,
Yeah.
and then P is just, you just drop it down.
Yeah, I know all the alphabet.
So your thumb is in between your two fingers.
I learned that one time.
I can't see your thumb. Is it in between? Yep, in between. And the same thing with your H is this way.
Oh, H is not like that?
It is.
Okay.
But then for a Q, it's down.
Right. I'm just showing her and I want to make sure I'm doing
Yeah,
it.
you are.
An 8?
I'm sorry, G is this way, H is down. Q is down.
An H.
H.
Okay.
No, it's like knowledge. Like you're taking knowledge and you're putting in your head, knowledge, you're learning, is so school. Teacher is the giving information. They're taking it out of their heads and they're giving it to you. So that's how to teach, but when you're a teacher, this is a person marker, you always bring it down as a person. So I can teach, and then I'm a teacher. A student is taking knowledge and putting it in their head. School, like you're banging the erasers. All right, so to pick up where we left off from before, a male sign is always done at the top of the head, right in the general area, because of the hats. Men used to wear hats all the time. And a woman's sign is at the lower part of the face because women always wore bonnets. They tied their bonnets. We're talking back in the 1800s, so. So we'll start off with father. Father is at the middle of your forehead at the top, and a mom is down at the chin. So your mother and your father and your mother. For your grandfather, it's the next generation. So my grandfather, my grandmother. Your son, so you take from your head and you bring down. So from the hat, down. My daughter. Okay. Your family is your F's. You start together, and it's like a group, so you bring them around, and you end up touching your pinkies together. So your F's. It's family. For your parents, you make your P, start at the top of your forehead, and bring it to your chin. That's your parent. Your sister is a girl along your chin, and she's the same as you. Sister. Your brother is at the top, and he's the same. Same. Your sweetheart is two people coming together. Sweetheart. You can even do it by your heart, too. A man is with the hat. A woman you bring to your chest. People is you make your P's. And it's in a circle. People. For a person, you bring it down, your P's, straight down, or a person marker. We'll get on that a little bit later, what a person marker is. That would be going with a career. You end with a marker. It represents a person. So a boy is this, again, like the baseball hat, the brim of a hat. A girl is along the chin. A child, you represent the size. So a child, or you have many children. A kid is this way, but across your nose, like you're wiping their nose. A doctor is the M, but on your wrist for taking the pulse. Same thing with a nurse, is an N, but on your wrist. A dentist is your D, but tap your teeth. A police officer is his shield on his chest. You tap it a couple times. The fireman, his shield is on his helmet. A mailman is the stamp. You lick it. And then the hat. So lick and hat. I don't know if I like this one for an adult because you're old and you're a person. You're up here. You're taller. So old and taller. And then a baby. You're cradling your baby. For a teacher, this is when we come into the person marker, is you're taking they're giving knowledge to people, so they're taking their knowledge out of their head, and then the marker means person. So is a teacher. Someone who teaches is a teacher. A student takes the knowledge and puts it in their head, and then the marker. Okay, so they're taking the knowledge in the head and then the marker. A class, same as the family. We make our C's and a circle. Start with your thumbs together, rotate them around till your pinkies touch. Group is the same thing, but make your G's and together. Start with your thumbs together and turn them till your pinkies touch. Friend is you take your two index fingers and you tap them together. Now, most of us live in a house, so it's the roof and the walls, but I live in, my house is a home. So when you're talking about your house, you're going home. Where you eat and sleep is home. A room, you take your R's, and you make a square. You're making a box. So my living room and a room. As in my bedroom. So where I put my head on the pillow, and then room. Dining room is where I eat, and it's a room. The kitchen is you take your K, it's kind of you're flipping food. You flip your food in the kitchen, you're kind of cooking. Bathroom is simply your tea and you shake. A door is your two palms together and you open it. So when I want to open the door, and then I can close the door. So it's just representing opening and closing doors. A window is what you would think. You're opening the window and you can close a window. For stairs, I'm going up, but you have to represent that you're going up. I might be going down the stairs, but that's what stairs are. For shower, is over your head, so you have the water coming out of your head, and then you wash your body. For cabinets, you open them this way. So it's like you're pulling your two doors open. It's cabinet. Now for closet, it's close and opening a closet door. The close door is closet. Where I sleep is my bed, where we said we rest our heads. A couch is where I sit, but it's long. So sit and then long. A chair is simply, your feet are hanging over the sides, so that's your feet hanging over the side of the chair. A wastepaper basket. This one's kind of really old-fashioned where it came from, but it represents people having a basket on their arm, carrying things. Telephone is your Y, and it's up to your ear, between your mouth and your ear. And a table, this is just the table here, but you're representing it, is the table. A lamp or a light is on and off. I want the light on, I want the light off. Vacuum. A radio is you're listening to the radio. And a picture is something that you see, but it's in a frame. It's a picture. So if I were a photographer, I would take the picture, but now I'm a person. So photographer, person. For clothing, this is simply just clothing. But this is for skirt. Skirt. So it's just simply straight down. A sweater is something that you pull over. Pants is you pull them up. This is my shirt. Socks are down here. Shoes, you tap your two fists together. My coat, I'm just pulling on my coat. My gloves, pull on my gloves. And my hat. Now, if we're going to be having some meals, we're going to eat in the morning. Our lunch is we eat at noon. This is the sun. This is it's in the middle of the day, so that's why it's the noontime meal. Dinners we eat in the evening. Eggs is simply you're cracking eggs. You might have some toast with your eggs.